It's 8:45 in a Thursday edition of Laramie Live on KUWB. Glad to have you along this morning. I welcome in my second special guest here in the 8 o'clock hour, Lew Lyon with the Laramie Plains Lions Club, as their annual fishing derby coming up next year, technically. But it's only a few weeks away. Lew, how are you this morning? Thanks for coming on, by the way.
Well, I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Now, you got to give me a little background here. This is the 26th annual ice fishing derby that will happen at Lake Hattie coming up January 5th and 6th. You were telling me that you feel like you've been involved in all 25 previous. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think back 25 years and see if that's really true. I was a very new member in the Laramie Plains Lions Club when they started this, and it was actually a joint effort between the Ag Committee and the Laramie Plains Lions, and then finally they backed out of it and we took it over completely. So I think I've been involved with every one of them, and even the one that we had to cancel because of no ice.
That actually wasn't too long ago, actually. Just thinking back to just a couple of years ago, actually, I think. But I appreciate you coming on and talking about it. And you got to have a love for ice fishing. But I know there's a lot of anglers in this area. There's a lot of outdoor enthusiasts. But you got a love for ice fishing yourself?
Well, I'm not a fisherman at all. And that's the funny part about it. My daughter says, "You're doing what?" And I said, "I'm going ice fishing," and I said it's so that I give the opportunity to anglers to support our community and help us with our various projects at the Lions Club.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about it. January 5th and 6th is when this year's ice fishing derby will be. That'll be Saturday and Sunday out at Lake Hattie, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday. Let's start with, how do I go about getting registered for this? How do I sign up if I'm interested in taking part in the ice fishing derby, Lew?
Okay, you need to have a 2019 fishing license.
Okay.
And those can be purchased at the West Laramie Fly Store, and they have the registration forms right there. You register at the West Laramie Fly Store. Makes it a lot easier at one point to get your license, get the ticket to get in, and I don't have to handle the money.
You should see the smile and grin on Lew's face in this regard. All kinds of prizes out there. Is this a lot of work to put together from your perspective, or has it kind of become easier as the years have gone along, Lew?
Oh, there's a challenge to it, but I have a cheat sheet that of all the folks that have been in the past sponsored us and supported us, and I just put together a little list and asked my club members to go hit them up and ask them for support again this year, and I would say 80% of them support us every year. Some of them alternate. One year, next year, it's kind of one of them deals where it depends on how their business is running, is whether they can afford to do it every year or not. Absolutely.
Certainly understand that. Again, the Laramie Plains Lions Club 26th Annual Ice Fishing Derby at Lake Hattie coming up the 5th and 6th. One thing that has been good for you, Lew, is the fact that it's gotten really cold and it's snowed quite a bit already, so I'm assuming we're building up some pretty good ice on Lake Hattie for this ice fishing derby this year.
Well, I got a report from Lee McDonald that the Hattie has an ice cap on the lake, and ice depth will continue to increase with cold weather.
Well, it's not getting very warm anytime soon.
It says that all the lakes in the area are iced over now. So
wow,
that's a good deal.
Yeah, well, and as you brought up, there has been a time where we've had to cancel because of a lack of ice. Don't have that problem this time around. Sounds like things will be good to go. So I'm heading to the West Laramie Fly Store. I get my license. I get registered. You can pay your entry. What is the cost if I want to participate this year?
Okay, for adults it's $35.
Okay.
For the youth under 14, it's $5.
So pretty affordable, and you have different prizes you can win as well.
The largest fish is $1,500.
Ooh!
And of course, something we added a couple of years ago was that tag fish that if you catch that tag fish, that's a $2,000 fish.
Wow.
And you know, we kind of hope that that fish swims around the lake.
And but you never know if he's hanging with his buddies too close to a pit.
But you know, if somebody wins it, then that just increases the interest in coming out.
Absolutely. Again, we're talking about the Laramie Plains Lions Club 26th Annual Ice Fishing Derby, January 5th and 6th at Lake Hattie. Fishing will go from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. coming up on Sunday. And besides the tag fish, the largest fish, there's prizes for second, third, fourth, fifth. Even the smallest fish you can win some money on.
That's right. $25 for the smallest fish.
How small of a fish have you seen caught?
Golly, I don't have that statistic, but it's pretty small.
Pretty small, pretty small. All right, all right. And by the way, this is not just for adult. Those are the adult prizes. Youth prizes, you get $150 plus a trophy for the largest fish. Plus they got second, third, and fourth largest. There's a smallest fish as well for the youth. Other things that people need to be aware of. If I'm interested in participating in the ice fishing derby, anything else that people need to be aware of here, Lew?
You always want to be able to understand it's going to be cold out there, and hopefully the wind will kind of be calm those days. But if the wind is not, you want to make sure you anchor your huts down, because we hate to look out across that lake and see a hut flying towards the dam.
Oh boy!
And that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And always safety. Think about the thickness of the ice, and watch for. There is always the option of a thin ice in there. Even last year, right up next to the shore, there was thin ice where a couple individuals actually went through the ice down to their knees. You know, it was shallow water, but you always got to, and I can't guarantee that the ice will be thick enough to support you.
All right, so just be cognizant of that if you are participating. That's just something to realize. And again, only registered anglers may win a prize, so make sure you're registered and sign up at the West Laramie Fly Store. Registration tickets are available through late this month, and then through December of 2018, 10 a.m. January 5th. You can still, so all the way up through...
Right up till Saturday morning.
Okay, all right. So all right. Anything else before I let you go this morning that people should be aware of here, other than dress warmly and be ready to have some fun?
One thing that would help us,
okay,
is if you see, our rules have no motorized vehicles on the lake. So if an angler sees someone violating them, there's only a few of us, and we may not see it. Be sure and report it to us immediately so that we can go take care of that challenge. We don't want to have somebody illegally.
Yeah, yeah. We want some kind of an equal playing field. Everybody obeying the rules, things like that. And I know that you know, disputes can come up. A lot of interest in this on a year-by-year basis. I'm sure you got your annuals that always love to get out there, because there's some competitive folk out there.
Oh yeah, we have quite a few folks come in from all over Colorado. We've even had them as far away as New York.
Wow, wow.
So.
All right. Well, again, get yourself ready, geared up, ready to go. I know there's some competitive anglers in our listening audience, and again, fish will be accepted for measurement after 8 a.m. and then before 4:20 on Saturday, and then after 8 a.m. And before 2:20 on Sunday. Anything else before I let you go, Lew?
Just hope to see a great big crowd out there, and I'd love to push them numbers above 250.
All right. Well, we want more folks to participate. If you want to participate, again, sign up, get your license at the West Laramie Fly Store. Go see Brandon and the crew. They're a great bunch out there at the West Laramie Fly Store. Brandon and his gang will take care of you. And again, they've got all kinds of prizes. $35 for adults, youth 14 and under $5.
And they've been our supporter for the full 26 years.
Yeah, Brandon and that crew, they do a great job.
Great job.
They do a great job. And a shout out to Brandon and the folks at the West Laramie Fly Store. Again, don't forget there's special ice fishing regulations. 6 lines allowed while ice fishing on Lake Hattie. need to comply with any sort of Wyoming Game and Fish Department aquatic invasive species regulations. There's some other rules and information, and you can check out the rules and information with our friends at the West Laramie Fly Store. For any questions, contact Lew, 742-5960. You can also email Lyon, Lyon, LG at juno.com, or also email Laramie Plains Lions at gmail.com. Lew, thanks so much for coming in and talking about this. Have fun with it.
All right. Thank you, David, for having me.